Hello and welcome to The Knowledge. This week we're talking about the best team in Manchester, Man City. Now before we kick off, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, otherwise I'm going to sick our kid Liam on you. Let's get started. City's new club badge was introduced in 1997 and features a ship to represent the Manchester Ship Canals, three diagonal stripes to symbolise the city's three rivers, the Irwell, the Irk and the Medlock, and a dark monobrow to represent the Gallagher brothers. One of those isn't true, by the way. The original beanpole striker was Nile Queen long before Peter Crouch bagged the title. The Irishman famously got into a scrap with teammate Steve McMahon on a pre-season tour in Italy in 1992. During a night out, the pair had brawled and Queen, his shirt ripped, had ended the night dancing in a club in just a pair of cut-off jeans. Soon after, City's fans marked the occasion with a song, the enduring Nile Queen's Disco Pants. Absolute banger. City's fans are some of the most loyal fans out there. Only Everton have a higher proportion of long-serving fans than Manchester City, with 55% of City supporters having attended games for 25 years or more. The Premier League average, if you're interested, is just 44%. So much for the empty ad. In the late 1980s, City fans began the craze of bringing inflatables to their games, especially to their away fixtures. Penguins, crocodiles, sharks. There was even an inflatable battle between Godzilla and Frankenstein's monster at one point. But it was the banana that was most popular. Nobody's quite sure why the craze developed, but one theory is that during a game against West Brom, the City supporters began chanting the name of their winger, Imre Varadi, but it morphed quickly into Imre Banana. I know, it doesn't make any sense. These things rarely do. Great pub fact coming up, get ready for this one. In the 1937-38 season, City became the only team in history to be relegated from the top flight with a positive goal difference. Bonkers, right? Well, it's true. City scored 80 goals that year and conceded 77, but still went down with just 36 points. But that's not all. City were actually the top scorers in the league that season, scoring 3 more than eventual champions Arsenal, and slipped down 5 places on the final day of the campaign to be relegated, making them the first team ever to be relegated the season after they had won the title. You just don't see that too often. One of the lesser-known cult heroes at Man City, Glover Berti, was a Brazilian defender who signed for City at the end of August 2008. Not that you'd have noticed, as Berti spent the entire season sat on the bench, or the Bertie as City fans now call it. An unused substitute 20 times that year, City fans started a rumour that Bertie didn't actually exist, nicknaming him the Invisible Man. He finally made his debut for City on the final day of the season, coming on for the last 10 minutes against Bolton, the crowd singing his name and applauding wildly whenever he touched the ball. He was released that summer. You'd have to go some way to beat the spectacular own goal that City's Jamie Pollock scored when Man City were playing QPR in the penultimate game of the 1997-1998 season. Think Paul Gascoigne's goal against Scotland in Euro 96, but in reverse and with the deftest headed finish at the end rather than a volley. The goal would not only relegate City to the third tier for their first time in their history, but it would help QPR survive too. No wonder QPR fans voted Jamie the most influential man of the past 2,000 years in a club poll. For the record, Jesus Christ came second. Hard luck, mate. Alan Ball might not have been the greatest manager City ever had, far from it. But without him, we'd never have had one of the classic terrace songs. Yes, when Ball was in charge at Main Road, Oasis were riding high in the charts with Wonderwall, the same song that they still warble in the City dressing room whenever Noel Gallagher drops in. But back in Ball's day, the City fans changed the lyrics. And all the runs the King makes are winding, and all the goals the City score are blinding. There are many times where we would like to score again, but we don't know how. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my Alan Ball. Genius. Did you know that Man City still hold the record for the highest ever attendance at an English football match? Well, you do now. It happened in the 6th round FA Cup tie against Stoke City in 1934 when 84,569 fans crammed into Main Road to see them win 1-0. They went on to win the FA Cup that season too. And we will finish on a true City legend. No, not Vincent Kompany, Aguero or even Nicky Weaver, but Max Woosnam. Never heard of him? Well, you should. After all, not only did he captain Manchester City and England in the 1920s, but he also won the 1921 men's doubles titles at Wimbledon and took gold in the same event at the 1920 Olympics. And there's more. He was also a scratch golfer, once scored a century at Lord's and recorded a maximum 147 break at snooker. And he did it all despite being the heaviest of smokers, a hobby that eventually did him for when he died from respiratory failure, aged 72. Fair play, Max, you packed a lot in. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully there was a fact or two in there that even Pep Guardiola didn't know. Before you go, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also leave a comment down below if there's a fascinating Man City fact that we didn't include. We'd love to hear it. See you next time.